Warning. Structural integrity failing. Emergency resuscitation of all personnel initiated. Exit this facility and report to Production Terminal Lima.
Okay. Well, hello everybody, I hope you're having a lovely day. Today, we're having some Techtonica. Essentially, I played it a while back. They've changed the entire game compared to what it used to be.
Hello? Can you hear me? Your suit can't transmit a voice or ID signal, but my sensors are indicating you're out there. First things first, check in at that production terminal. I need a second set of eyes on how badly damaged it is.
And pretty much the tutorial area is the same. You do some stuff, you get the basics, and then through that little doorway there, you gotta dig through the wall. And there's an elevator. Elevator takes you to the next part, which honestly I'm just going to speed run this area really quick to get to that area. Hypothetically, I did not record this a bunch of times and kind of miss a bunch.
This terminal is cooked. Mining drills were the only buildable tech I could recover. Try crafting a few with materials from some of the chests around here.
So, sorry, with that said, I'm just gonna plow through this area really quick. You get through the very basics, and I want to get to the next area fast to actually get things underway here.
Beacons are back online. Inspect the radio console right next to the screen. It'll start beeping and blinking in 3, 2, 1.
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Life sign.
Access to all local facilities should be restored, including the one I've been stuck in this entire time. I've set an unlock code to the door. I've got some tech you're gonna like, and I know you wouldn't dream of leaving without me anyways.
Okay, and we are sort of back. We're still...
Sending that signal was more complicated than you think. I don't know why, but these computers feel like second nature now. Sort of the opposite of what I remember being like. I'd be the one to get you out of a situation like this, instead of the other way around. But I'm not giving up. That's how I know it's still me in here. You'll see.
Okay, without that interruption. We're still in the starting area. This one's, for the story's sake, is a little bit more important, so I'm going to include it. And while I gather things, because there's some goodies around here, let me explain let me explain some of the goals. I imagine as this playthrough happens, goals and stuff are going to change. And I want to build a giant, super massive, awesome base, and pretty much keep some of the local fauna intact, that being the main thing. For example, in the next area, we have these giant glowing mushroom-like trees, and I want to keep those intact, try and keep the natural beauty of the area, while also making giant megastructures and awesome overproductive bases and whatnot. Now, there's some pre-existing stuff we'll find along the way, and I want to incorporate that into the builds and just downright overproduce on a lot of things. Okay, so we are back. So we can head this way and get Spark.
Casualties detected.
Wait, seriously can't scan you?
What? You've never seen someone stuck inside an alien cube next to their own dead body before? Whatever I was trying to do here, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it didn't work out. Hopefully, it was worth a shot. Let's go.
Yeah, you're killing me, Spark.
Stop. Scan the fragments in that cage by the stairs before we go. We'll need that tech to get out of the sector.
Okay, and pretty much we have dug up to the next level. Kind of skipped the tutorial part. I'm sorry. If you're interested, I do have some earlier episodes back before the game got its major update and overhaul where I kind of decorated this area. We will be back. I do have some plans for this area, mainly if we head around the elevator, there's a nice little area I want to turn that into like a gardening grow bed spot almost. But as you can see, we've dug up to level 2 because we have level 3 unlocked. So let's get to level 2 where a lot of stuff is going to be taking place.
I never got the chance to thank you for getting me out of that facility. I appreciate it. At the time, it seemed like the best thing to do was focus on work and not get caught up in thinking about anything else. I've tried to stay sharp for both of us, but now that we're almost back to the main line, I'll admit it. I was terrified. It'll be good to see some friendly faces and a few thousand twinkling lights. I'm sure you've got people there too.
Nah, I mean, there's Todd from accounting, but he was kind of mean. Can I scan the elevator? No, I can't. There's Todd from accounting. He's kind of mean. So I'm just going to get this stuff scanned really quick. Why? Because free stuff. I don't know about you, but I like free stuff, especially when this free stuff gives me electrical components and inserters. Just like that, I got 39. Which seems oddly odd. Okay, so we are going to... I'll line it off here. I like my line straight. And I think I just chose the thickest part of the mountain to drill through. Chada! Nothing. Okay.
I don't understand. A factory the size of a city is supposed to be here. It was right here.
Nope.
I know
I don't
it
think it's
was.
here.
Where is everybody?
If there's anything down here I can scan. I like scanning stuff though. Nope, no scanning. Although, I unlock a staircase. I hope I unlocked a staircase by doing that. I don't think I did. No, I lost my cursor. Let's try that again, game. Okay, there it is. I don't think I unlocked a... I can unlock you. And nothing important.
Those filter inserters require electricity breaker, and you don't have any.
I know.
Before you build one, make sure it's on a calcite platform that it shares with a crank generator. And make sure the crank generator is running. This terminal is trying to reach out to 100 facilities that might not exist anymore. If we can repair it, we might be able to decipher where those facilities are located. And if we can keep that elevator moving, we might be able to save the crew.
I hope
Take a look
so.
around and see if you can find anything to accelerate your excavator bit production. Doing that and fixing this PT are your only priorities right now.
I think my priorities are whatever I set my priorities to. And right now, turning this area into a big workable plot of land, and not exactly on my priority list, actually. What I'm actually doing right now is scanning all these scanny bits, and I know there's a chest right here. One thing I like is you can delete the chest after getting their gubbins. Because this area I'm going to have some fun, just not immediately. First, we're going to scan all the scanny bits. Why? Because I want to scan them. Actually, while I'm thinking of it, I can unlock you. A lot of what I want is in storage. Give me 2 of those. Wait, I thought I unlocked crank generators. Energy. Oh, I haven't even scanned a crank generator, although I have a crank generator. That makes beautiful sense, game. One of the tough things for this area is I want to preserve a lot of these plants. A couple of them I'm going to get rid of. I just have yet to figure out how I want to get rid of them. Like, for example, there's that big one right there and that big one right here. Actually, I'm not going to get the name. I want to keep these little guys, probably get rid of. As I forget to turn my sound off. Apologies, YouTube algorithm. Don't yell at me for having my phone making noise. Okay, so there we go. I think now I can unlock crank generators and crank connectors. Awesome. So for that, since apparently I forget where things are, will give me 2 because I'll need 2 and I have 2. And what I'm thinking of is I know this is a large copper deposit. Across the way there, where my cursor's kind of pointing, is the iron deposit. I don't think we're going to set up a permanent structure, but you know, I would like to get some rudimentary drilling going. I got 10 drills total, so that can be 5 and 5. Can I just walk under here? Because I think... Actually, it's right in front of my face. I think that's another box. I'm not going to go digging crazy for the other ones. But the cool thing is, for both those nodes, it comes to both sides. It's a big square. There's a little hole from where we were. So I would like to enjoy both sides of it. Do a lot of collection, harvesting, and whatnot. Get down a rough platform area. I say rough platform area because eventually we're going to turn this into pretty much a generator room is the best way to put it. Those crank generators of ours, which are so handy dandy, can be connected to a bunch of water turbines to kind of automate power without me having to be there. Or actually, Yeah, you're 3 by 3, not 5 by 5s. Actually, what I think I need to do is organize all this. You I don't need, you I don't need, you I still want, you I don't need. We're going to slide you down like that. I don't think I want lighting there. I'll put lighting right there. First things first. How do I want to line this up? I want to line it up so I can come back and just
Task
cover
inbound.
that up.
Colosite platforms. Construct to conduct electricity between crank generators and machines.
And the smart thing to do is I'm going to save because I honestly do not know how close I can get to that plan without deleting it. So we are going to do that. I think I deleted the big plant. No, that one's it. I think I deleted the big plant. We're going to assume I did and reload. Why? Because reloading is the only way to get them back. I think that got rid of the big plant. Yep. Which honestly would not give me much room. So I think I'm going to call Ye Old Mulligan. And we'll draw the line right there. That way it's... I think that's going to be the best case scenario, so to speak. That will be nice. Build around the platform like that, just so everything is pretty and squared off. Except pretty. Come on, either side of this guy. Just for a wee bit of symmetry. I hate that this is 4 wide. I don't even think in my inventory I have, they make 4 wide, so yeah, I got 3 by 3 and 5 by 5s. So we'll hold off on that. Actually, decorative wise, we'll come out here. Run a one border all the way around here. Okay, watch me delete that plant. Yep, called it. Okay. So sad pace, but I'm not too concerned about that. We're keeping some of the natural fauna from here. Yep, that's good. Pop a quick save. That area will be saved. I'm not sure how far over I can go without getting in trouble. Just because I popped the save and I'm genuinely curious. Okay, I can place there without getting in trouble. So I'm going to keep that one block floating because I'm actually getting ahead of myself. And for now we have a nice little working area. Oh, I see. The crank generators got shoved all the way down there. So select toolbar, and I can get rid of that. But you're in area 2, slot 1. And I'm just going to pop you right here.
Task inbound.
2, 3.
Crank generator. Place on platform and activate with manual or automated rotation to produce electricity. Connect platforms to elevator for transfer of energy between floors. Task inbound. Assembler. Power with electricity to produce items with doubled output.
And for that. Which we can totally give you those.
In other words, even though you can handcraft whatever you want, assemblers will double the production of anything your portable tool makes. And we can build 1,000 assemblers, but nobody could ever build another you.
Aww. Do you care, Spark? Oh, I think it was because I was standing there. Sort. Okay, so I do have iron and copper outside, not here. I need a lot more of that. Just because I'm standing here, I'm going to set you up. And this is just going to be some temporary. And temporariness, I mean. I need somewhere I can shove all my copper and iron and get that smelting without backlogging another system. So we're going to do that. I'm going to be gathering a mass load of plant matter in the future. Okay, so we got that stuff working on it. I would like to craft inserters, which is mechanical movements, which we'll worry about that later. That is a far down the line problem. The not so far down the line problem is going to be getting a simple smelting array set up. So we're going to do that. One. That we got some plant matter. Heal off a little bit. Okay, there we go. Let's see, I don't have a lot of room right there for you, but we do 1, 2, 3. For now, 3 will do. Here, out. That will come out 1 and just send you that way. And that to send your fuel that way. So we got our collection set up. We're going to do what I like to nickname the magical buffers. Actually, I doubt it's going to be a problem where I need this, but I like to. Oh, we'll have a nice quick selection there. Go there. And just because of how I like my fuel to work. That. Now, one thing I will say, this is not optimized. Oh my golly gee, this will not be optimized. So you are giving me 10 a minute, so we have 30 a minute. Actually, I know a perfect place that will tell me how much a schmelter will need per minute. Because I think it's 2 schmelters. Yeah, schmelter needs 15 ore a minute to produce 4 ore a minute. I think that's the same for both kinds, yeah. So I have 3 smelters, that's giving me 30. Sorry, I have 3 drills, that's giving me 30 smelters. I need 2 smelters to keep up with 3 drills. I will want the smelters this way. We'll pop them there. And that is solely for the benefit of I can just quickly grab my fuel that way. We'll have the ins there and the outs there. Again, buffering stuff. And just in case you back up, just circumvent that way. Do grabber. I doubt we'll need 2, but I have 2 spots on a chest. And if all goes well, I should be able to drop a stack in there. Actually, will be nice. I'll do an entire stack. And everything should start running. Power on 1. Yep, we dropped off 1 ore. 2 should be starting any second now. Well, 2 should be starting. I just made this more complicated than it needed to be. I will. Let's get the fuel sorted. That's working. There we go. Don't really complicate that. And of course that's not going to work. There we go. And of course that one's not going to work. We're going to just copy over like that. Go. Okay, this is overly complicated than it needs to be. But for the time being, we now have our every grabber's working. Fuel, you're getting ore, you're getting ore. Spectacular. Man, this is over-engineered. Just straight up spaghetti monster. But that's okay. Speaking of okay, I still have 7 drills. I have no more smelters. Let's give me 5 more smelters. Give me some more conveyor belts. I'm not concerned about the grabbers at 35. In the meantime, dump you in there and dump you in there. Because I want more of these. So I want more of those so I can get up to Area 3. Because we are going to need a lot more resources. Sorry for rambling on. Oh yeah, you're done. I would love okay. That's going. Give you another crank of the generator so it stays powered. Come on. You're almost there. You're almost there. Yay! Versus. Okay. So that's working. Awesome. We have our ion production, which is slowly starting to back up, which I guess that would happen. That's literally why I have that chest, which just starts collecting it, but eventually we're just going to delete this all. Now for the next part. For some reason, I like working with the iron a lot more than I do any other than the copper. There's something more satisfying about it. I'm sorry, universe. I like my iron colored nuggets more than my copper colored nuggets. Even though it's easy to say that copper is more important in a lot of crafting recipes. Square this off. Because we're stuck on an asteroid or something and floating through space does not mean I have a free rock. Square it off. I want, shocker, I know, 3 more of these. And we'll put our inputs that way, or outputs that way. I'm going to drag things out a little bit more. And oh my golly gee, I am a savage animal. I forgot to put down the floor. What kind of person am I if I do not have a nice, beautiful floor to build off of? And we're going to quickly save because why? You might ask. That's why. I want to keep that plant. That's a pretty plant. Lovely shade of blue, so we're going to get that going. Which means I have to go here. Yep. I'm not too concerned about that one. There we go. Buy you my task. So it's pretty. Go. Drag that over. And
Local signal deciphered. Ingress RH1979. Report to production terminal radio for triangulation.
yeah, well, unfortunately triangulating ain't gonna do much for me right now. So I'm gonna stay here. And we're gonna make that a simple system. Do. There's my feed, there's my not feed. Come over right here, sounds good. Load you in. Load you in. There we go. And load you with 1,000. Sort our inventory. And make sure all goes well. So fire on 1. Two and 3 should be starting right up. I got these two mixed up. So 3 should be starting now. We got nuggets coming out of both those. One's coming out 2, and any second now 3. Yep. That's gonna just grab and give them over. Two's got some grabbing. 3's got some grabbing. Forgot about that button so I can see what's going where. You're smelting. You should start smelting. And I just want to see both you spit out a iron copper ingot. There's 1. There's 2. Both should come here. Perfect. I forgot. I need 2 of you for a future mission. By future mission, I mean right over here. Spat out stuff. It's wonderful. You're going to tell me to go to floor 3. I already know
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Exceptional dimensions. Terminal upgraded. New technologies and recommended tasks available.
I don't have enough for mole speed 2. I will take the flat now.
You'll need to make Kindlevine stems for this next PT goal breaker. And that means building planters and threshers, with electricity from crank generators to support them.
That is what I want.
Planters
Not what I'm
grow
going to-
Kindlevine, and threshers turn them into stems. You can also thresh those stems a second time to make fiber that your assemblers can turn into frames. Finally, don't get overwhelmed. If you build the machines, interact with them, and keep experimenting with new unlocks on the tech tree, good things will happen. Half the fun is figuring it out.
Local signal deciphered. Ingress AS2013. Report to production terminal radio for triangulation.
Already triangulated that, so it's gonna...
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Mind the voltage.
Yay, that's telling me just to go upstairs. Which we're working on, sort of. I'm totally not semi-hyper fixated on my smelting operations. Oh, never mind. That's not going to do anything for you. Yeah. We'll figure that out later. For right now, dump some more of you in there and dump some more of you in there. And we'll think of it. Yeah, I just crippled my ability to do that, but we'll figure it out later. I'm going to need more of those magical pink cubes.
This elevator can do more than help you get around Breaker. You can also configure the ports on it to move goods between floors. Try bringing some iron and copper up from Lima to Victor.
Well, I haven't even maximized out Victor. So why do I want Lima? Honestly, the reason I'm only holding out because I want to turn water into power and be happy, which is going to require a little bit. We'll tap into that later. Actually, in the meantime, I'm going to cheat.
Those stairs conduct power the same way floors do, Breaker. Might not sound like high technology, but it was.
True, but I can build stairs off of any surface I feel like, and I know there is good stuff up here. So I'm going to go up here, the good gubbins. Because I believe there is a box right over here. Right there. What do you have for me? A magical orange box, some fuel and coolant, which I'm not worried about. I mean, I'll take it. It's free. I like free stuff. Small little pocket over behind you. But that's all. You got the free bits there. My headset just told me its battery is dying. There we go. And we just went from 50 to 38. I'm missing holes right here. Yes, headset, I'm very aware. You requires the juice. There we go. That's plugged in. I need to get you up to... Need to go 15 with you. Okay. Actually, I think in the meantime, getting some research core going would be most beneficial. And we'll do 10 for now. So, the mini map is telling me is right over parallel with me is a tunnel. How would I deem the best way to get to said tunnel? Liking there, digging to the elevator, digging around the elevator. That would actually be kind of cool. Because I definitely would like to get downstairs and deal with that. So, first things first, I should have done this one a while ago. Poink. You there. You are out of resources. Oh, you're out of power. And probably resources. Yeah, you're getting low on the iron. Hold on to this iron. Build up on Victor with you. No, I cannot decorate around Victor at all. Apparently put on top. Okay, that just gave me a bunch of more unlock points, which 185, which I will take. Suit speed 2 sounds good. Peaking overhead lighting stuff is nice. I think I'm going to take mold speed 2 for now. Smelter speed 2 sounds good. Basically, I'm going for the really expensive stuff that I want. And I got 18, so do mass collect and that one. Remove stick lights. I think I just burnt everything I need at the moment.
Task inbound. Vertical belts. Swap variant of existing conveyor belt technology to access and build vertically oriented conveyor belts.
Okay. Okay, so we got that. What I'm going to do is dig all the way in. And I'm pretty happy being parallel with the elevator right now. So, that being said,
Excavation complete. Elevation to storage level restored.
glad to hear that, game. But I wanted to mark that first. Why you my task? Actually, let's take 5 seconds to actually explain what's going through my head instead of pretending like, oh yes, that all makes sense. I should speak out loud. Good content. First, it's not going to show up where I am. Essentially, I'm going to dig diagonally towards the elevator. When I get to the elevator, make a little platform section, all cutesy patootsy and adorable and stuff, and just incorporate something existing in the game. I'm going to tie it together and make it cool, because I am seeing that cavern down low there. Okay. This mini-map does not do it justice, because it's kind of deep. But I'm going to, once I get to the elevator, I'm going to dig towards that cavern a little bit more efficiently and go from there. But first things first, elevator just finished area. I think I ran out of drill parts anyway, so I'll take it. Especially since 2 of the things I want were on floor 3. And you know what that means. Scanning. Okay. First things first.
Keep an eye on your Echo Sketch map, Breaker. Some walls are more interesting to cut through than others.
I know, and there's stuff I can scan here for parts and bits and baubles. I don't know about you, but I like me some bits and baubles. Okay, so we got me bits and baubles from here. And...
Not sure if you noticed this, but you can rotate and zoom the Echo Sketch map too. Give it a little spin. Give it a little zerr.
Oop. Oh, so it's going to be another bump in the hill. Hey, I'm far more on the left side than I thought it would be.
A battery pack. Sorry, an accumulator substation. I'll try to go easier on the recon slang. It might help you guess at what those signal names are short codes for. Accumulators won't matter for a while, but get in the habit of scanning anything and everything you find in places like these. It can only help.
Spark, why don't you let me worry about what should be scanned and what shouldn't be scanned? Because these look really fancy and cool and important, so therefore I say they're cool, fancy, and important. If you don't want them scanned, you could not scan them yourself with your tool. Use your non-existent hands. I still don't know why that one random light's there.
If anyone else is still around, they wouldn't be here. These places were pretty much built and left alone.
How would you know? There was a bed right here that someone could be using.
This sector was a dream come true for hydroelectric power. It isn't surprising that we took accumulator construction seriously down here. I faintly remember power sources in other sectors that were even stronger, but they also tended to do things like explode, set things on fire, create giant clouds of poison. You get the drift. You can't go wrong with a good old-fashioned river.
No, you cannot. Just double checking. Make sure there's nothing else around here to scan. No. So we will come over here. And time to drill. And back to scanning.
These crank generators are toast. Try scanning both fragments, then rebuilding and activating one of them on this power floor. That door should pop right up.
Power restored.
Suppose, yes, there is actual threshers in here.
Jackpot. A warehouse. I knew that gigantic door was a good sign. Scan this place for some basic electrical machines, especially those planters and threshers on the racks. And pick up anything else you can find.
Oh, I'm going to pick up everything. This is easily one of my favorite rooms in the game. Why? Because you get a bunch of stuff. Actually, if memory serves, doink. Jump here. Nope, can't reach the door from here. I need processing units, which I
Task
don't
inbound.
have.
Supply facility access door with self-repair materials.
Look through the window breaker. I can literally see the mining charge tech fragment on that table. What kind of miserable bureaucrat puts high explosives behind a securely locked door? You think we would be here if we didn't know what we were doing? I want you to fix that door as soon as possible. I want you to blow things up.
You know, that sounds like someone that shouldn't be in charge of explosives. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like blowing things up too, but that's because it's fun to cause chaos. Maybe it's a good thing you are a cube. I'm going to put the cube on the shelf. It's going into cube timeout. Please refrain from getting the cube uppies. I like parts.
Lots of good tech fragments here, but I doubt we'll find anyone to rescue. People would take what they needed and get back out there.
That. Walk all the way down here. Take that chest. Snag all the free bits and bubbles. Why you might ask? Simple, so I can get stuck under a staircase, then walk up here and do it all over again. Free gubbins. Okay, I think we got everything I need out of here for now. We'll be back. Actually, one thing I am curious, can I build in here? I can. Can I build up there? No. Can I build on those shells? No. And the game did not give me any grow beds. Oh well. Okay, so we got all we needed out of here. Going to head back to the second floor. No reserves. Yeah, there's nothing important up there. There's a couple boxes. Not too worried about them. There's actually one here. I'll dump you in there. Let's go back to Victor. Refix the crank generator. Actually, I think you're still out of copper. Yeah, you're no copper. Actually, one thing I'm going to do, because it's going to bug me. We'll pop you there. Get rid of all the extra, not going to be using it just yet, calcite projects. For now, the limestone is extra. I'm not doing anything with you right now. So, yeah, that's it for now. And just because I have you.
Task inbound. Accumulator. Stores electrical power for delayed distribution.
I want two of you. Uh-oh, we're running out of power again. Not the power. Will be nice and give you half along with that. And you're probably running low over here too, if not you're already out. A little left. I need two in that. Now will give me some happy parts to make the production line happy. I'll give myself another 20. Meantime, I'll dump that in there. I'll just give you half of that. Oh, actually, I need research cores first. So we are going to go place some more research cores. Gonna skip that mold tunneling for now. Definitely start unlocking all this cool stuff. Acid sorters in Mark II belts would be nice to have, but that's gonna be research heavy. Hover pack definitely. Crank span and processor unit.
Task inbound. Hover pack. Increases standard altitude
serves,
for
I just
enhanced
need one
planning and
processor
exploration.
No, I don't. Oh, I need the processor units for the other door. Ciphering signals on that one. Speaking of which, what do I need? For you, I need drills and plant frames. Okay. Well, excluding electricity, I pretty much have everything I need for mass production of bits and bobbles. We're gonna grab that right now. It's not perfect, but actually wait, level 4, which level 4 is hydro, so hydro I definitely do want. And that'll be my final little area before I can start actually building this spot up. So in the meantime, let's get this dug out. You need 20 minutes. You need 10. I think I've... You produce 10 minutes 30, yeah. So you need 5 more minutes for production. Doesn't sound very efficient in my book. Omni-Seeker I'm not really worried about. Increase smelting speed of all smelters to blah 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 of base speed. So you smelt faster. You need a little bit more resources. Let them all make some better tunnels. Not worried about that. One thing I will do. Since I just dug all that out, I will square this. There we go. So I have a little pretty platform to walk on. Bring the platform here to worried about that. And not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna do this in a time lapse or off camera. We'll dig down that way. I'm gonna go just a little bit more. I'm hoping I skip the river. If not, I have to back up and dig this hole deeper. On the bright side, we got a bunch of limestone out of this. I know the protected area thing is what's bugging me. Yeah, it looks like right here is the river. So, what to do? Okay, we're going to do this the opposite way. I'm going to do... Call a mulligan on that. We'll definitely go over there and dig more and better. Putting it nicely. Just in lieu... That should still line up with the elevator, so I can still build that off of. And I can come down there. Do that. You're definitely producing a little faster. And you, how are you doing, my beautiful things? You are producing faster. Very good, very good, very, very good. Yes, okay. So, what I want to do next is slowly go insane. I think the best way I can do it, what I want to do next is I want to get up to Hydro just to get that. And these bits dig twice as fast as the other one, but I need plant matter frames and a mining drills. So, mining drills go there, so plant matter frames there. Those mining drills are only going to need a lot of iron components. How do I want to do this? Could just produce those myself. What do I need for this? Just the plant fiber, which is double thrashing. That gives me plant miter, and I think okay, I need 2 thrashers, and I'm gonna need to do that. You know what? Scratch that. I'm just going to, honestly, I think brute forcing it is just gonna be my option here. And by that I mean I'm just gonna dig slowly with the yellow guys all the way up to Hydro. I think it's the next area that's going to give me issues and say, yo, you can't do that. In the meantime, we've had the elevator planned out. And yeah, as much as I didn't want to, I'm gonna have, I really have no choice. What we are going to do in the next episode is let that really really quick. Okay. We are going to have to start building out our smelting area a little bit more. I wanted to skip it and just hit all the floors really quick, but these are not efficient enough for what I want. So I'm going to build a maximum layer. I'm going to build 1 layer smelters because I think we can stack them up and do a second one. This area is at least tall enough for that. So if I can get 9, preferably 12 drills on each ore, that's a lot of ore coming. I can figure out the smelting. The smelting array is going to be temporary. That's definitely for sure. I do not have enough room for what I want it for. Because this entire lake bed within some plant stuff here and there, I want to turn into a hydro farm, which is why I'm not building this on much more, and that I really, really don't want to. I'm probably going to shove it on the other side of that rock, actually. That would sound good. Which gives me plenty of room and a little bit more room, because I want both these to come over, collect in some sort of area. I'm thinking shove it right. If all these guys are collecting on the other side, we can ship it around over here. Build a smelting area here as we get the hydro farm going. Start expanding this way, which would leave this entire giant area into an assembly floor. And the plantingers I don't want on this area will go back up to floor 1, or actually start converting floor 3 into a power grid 2, and I could toss that on there. So many options. This is done. And you didn't have much with you to begin with. So I think that's going to be our best bet. So we're gonna, next episode, we're gonna mess with the iron. We'll get that decked out. See how much time is left, because you know I want these to be semi-lengthy episodes, just casualness. And if that goes well, we will go off and do the iron. If not, that'll be another episode. It's a back burner project. Like I want to get it done, but I'm not too worried about it. Get this dealt with. So I built over the floor. My happy little floor. Actually, we're going to come here. I'm going to block here, come over, because I want this staircase to be too wide. We're going to go down, dig a nice happy little tunnel, because the river's right here, so I literally cannot dig up anymore. That should give us enough height to skip the river. And we're going to go down until we hit the elevator. Once we hit the elevator, which we're going to dig diagonally down this way, we're going to hit this beauty. I'm going to dig around it because I think it's going to be a nice decorative feature. I think that'd be really cool as a halfway point, because I do want to actually have structures and make them pretty, not have everything in the open like it is now. Once we hit that, we're going to dig down diagonally even more to that little open area in the bottom there, which I would like to hit that tunnel off to the side, but honestly that's not a major goal. If I do hit it, I do. If I don't, I don't, and we will plan accordingly to once we hit that. Power everything. The accumulators are fine. You're just out of resources. So I think that's pretty much a good game plan for right now. So in the next episode, we are going to just start ripping up the iron, because iron I have plenty of right now. I'm not really concerned about that. And the crafter here doesn't need a whole heck of a lot of iron. One thing I've noticed is I got nuggets on me. I can ditch the copper nuggets here, which the system's actually chugging along beautifully. Could be a little bit more efficient. The iron is magically backed up, and I can't figure out why, because these are identical systems, and thank you, game, for making me a liar. So we'll rip this up next episode, clear out the area, make it pretty, and then design from there. And I want to dodge that plant, which actually, save game. I think I can full send it from here. Nope, I cannot. So that is going to be that. And that's all I wrote for the first episode here. So sorry it's a little lengthy and weird, but I kind of wanted to catch up to where I was the first time I was playing through this game and go from there and change and learn and adapt as things go along. So if you stuck around this part, I do thank you. Hope you have a nice day. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Definitely comment down below. I love reading that stuff, and I'm always looking for ideas and what to do. But I do wish they made the collision on those plants better. Other than that, I hope you have a nice day. Until next time, bye-bye.